What's up, beautiful you? So, I am Miss Kitty, and this is, and we are back with another video, y'all. We have been MIA for a couple days. I think it was 2 or 3 days since the last video we posted. But we have been super busy, working, and we are definitely drained. But we are not going to leave you guys hanging. So we have this video specifically for for both men and women. It's not for one person one way or the other. It's for men and women. But this is just our perspective and how we feel or what we think about certain situations. I am so over these glasses, I don't know what to do. Anywho, the conversation or the topic is going to be man versus woman. So we are going to get into specific questions, but again, this is our take, and we are not counselors or therapists or doing anything like that, but this is just what we think and how we feel about it. So with that being said, we are going to get straight into this. So man versus woman. Now this is going to apply to both him and myself, being the man and the woman. So my first question is going to be, why do men/women cheat? So this question is directed to you. Or why do you think or believe that they do?
I believe they do because sometimes they get tired of their spouse, or or they just want to try something new. I think they just want to try something new, something different. It's just my opinion.
So you don't think that they do it in search of somebody new or to be in a relationship with them?
No, because why should you have to cheat to find someone new? Just leave the person alone and then go find someone new.
Absolutely. Now, I agree with that. And I also want to say that I think that I'm only speaking from a woman's perspective, mine. I'm not speaking for all women, because all women may not feel like this. But I'm going to say that I think women cheat because they feel like they're not getting what they need at home, and it's not necessarily sex. It could be the affection or the attention, time, those kind of things. So yeah, at some point, you're like, well, I'm not getting it here, so I'm going to seek that elsewhere. So we are definitely emotional creatures, and we need every bit of what it is that we're asking for. So okay, now the next question is, why are men/women insensitive? Why do they not care about how the other person is feeling? But you're the man, so from your perspective, why do you think that you don't really care too much about how a woman feels?
It's not that I don't care, it's just that, all things change, nothing ever stays the same. Not saying that you're not supposed to be physical with your spouse or whatever, but, it's just all things change, it could be your mood, your mood swing or something, it could be anything, that could change the situation,
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to say that, well, from my perspective, we do get a little insensitive sometimes, and again, it goes back to, that we're not getting what we need, so we feel like, well, why are we going to give you anything, when we're not getting the same? So, I mean, it's minor, it's stupid, to be honest.
I don't mean to cut you off, but all at the same time, it's minor, but at the time, you might, at that point in time, you might not think it's minor. It could be something bigger than what you think at the time, but really it is minor, when you come back to it and really think on it, or, just maybe start your relationship over again. Y'all might, stop seeing each other for a while and come back. You'll see it's really minor, something that could be worked out.
Yeah, I mean, and we definitely have to show, the other person could be going through something, they could be feeling some kind of way, and the only way that the opposite is going to know that is if they ask. Just say, are you okay, or is anything wrong? if that person is not talking, or they're just different from how they usually are, then obviously it's something the matter. Not gonna say wrong, but something the matter. And you may never know if you don't ask and say something. You have to show that sensitive side of yourself. Okay, so the next question is, why does communication stop? So why do you think that you may be in a situation and you just stop talking altogether?
I'm not really understanding.
Okay, okay. Let me give you a scenario. So if you know that you have a fairly good relationship, right? And then something comes about, one thing happens, maybe a disagreement or an argument or whatever, and then people just shut down. So why do you think men, or you being a man, why do you think you'll shut down and you don't want to talk, you don't want to communicate, period?
I think some things are better left not said. If you're not feeling it at the time, some people just don't just come straight out and speak their mind at all at one time. I just figure it's something you just sit and think on, and then maybe you can come a little better with it. When it's asked of you, what's going on with you. Some people are not just outspoken, in the gate.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Well, I think that, especially, and everybody that knows me, this is funny, y'all. Everybody that knows me knows that I hate to be cut off when I'm speaking. I don't like to be cut off. I don't like to be interrupted. I don't like to be talked over, because then the other person runs the risk of well, no, I'm not gonna say that. So if somebody cuts me off while I'm talking, then obviously I can't finish what it is that I'm trying to say. So I will either completely go off, or I will completely shut down. So I don't like for people to tell me, oh yeah, and they want to finish what it is that I'm saying. You don't know what I'm saying. You don't know where I'm going, which direction that I'm going in, if you never give me the opportunity or a chance to speak whatever it is that I want to say. So if I stop communicating with a person, I don't want to be bothered. I really don't. I will shut down. I just leave me alone. I don't want to talk. If you're not going to hear me out, then why would I continue to talk? I mean, to me, it's a learning experience. I don't like to say waste of time, because nothing is a waste of time. Every single thing is a learning experience. So I just like to be heard. I talk way too much not to. Okay.
I have something to say on that. I don't really think it's a learning experience. I think it's kind of rude to do. Some people, do be talking over people. I just think it's rude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You should be able to hear the person out, even if you think you know what they're saying or not. I just think it's rude. So, some people make mistakes. Some you got to better yourself about,
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely rude. It's like, to me, when people do that, it's like they're saying that what they have to say is more important than you, and you're not talking about anything. That's the only thing that I get from that. But you'll never know what a person is saying if you never let them get it out. You just have to be conscious and respectful and respectable of others when they're talking. And obviously they should do the same, because it's rude. That's just the bottom line. It's rude. Okay. Now we're going to move on to, why do people lose interest in the other person? Like, why does the man lose interest in his woman, or vice versa? So, go.
I don't. Like I said, once again, I think it's just be over some petty stuff sometimes. It just be over a lot of petty stuff that we just got to learn, to stick together, and get through it. I think we should be able to get through some of the stuff that we think, that's a problem. I think it'd be really petty stuff that we can get through. We just got to talk it out. Got to communicate better.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say? I mean, it kind of goes back to women are definitely emotional creatures. We are very emotional. And it's like, well, I'm not getting this support here. Like, for instance, say you're going through something. Maybe you just heard some bad news or something, and you're looking for your mate or your spouse to comfort you, and just to ask questions and say once again, what's going on? Do you want to talk about it, or how do you feel right now? What's happening? You have to be able to say something. So at that point, when you're not getting that, then you are definitely going to communicate with somebody else that is showing interest in however you're feeling and whatever it is that you're feeling about. So that's just my take. I don't speak for all women. This is just my take. Okay.
And I don't think that's just for women. That's for women and men.
Absolutely.
Some people just don't like talking straight out. Just could come to you straight up and just get to talking about how they feeling at this moment about somebody that what I'm saying. It could be a lost loved one or anything.
Yeah.
You just don't you just don't be feeling like talking about it at the time.
Yeah.
Some you just need to do yourself. Just think on it yourself before you start talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. The next question is, why do people flirt? Why do you think men flirt?
I think men flirt because I just think it's just some men, just all men do. I mean, I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's not. It's definitely not good. But I just think it's just a man's thing. That's all I can say is a man's thing. Not getting enough attention, stuff like that.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I also think, well, how can I say? I know a lot of times, and it's been over the years, that people have told me that I was flirting. They would even approach me because they thought I was flirting with them. And then when it came over, I would have to shoot them down. Now, I think probably because of my eyes. Because of my eyes, I have some big, beautiful eyes, and I think people get the wrong idea. They get the wrong message. Now, I think that's just natural for me. And then also when you converse back and forth with somebody, and you show a little bit of interest in them, not because you're interested in them, but you're just having a conversation, I think that can be misinterpreted as well. But then there is a purpose flirt, and I have done it and I do it. It's eye contact, it's conversation, all of those things. But I guess it is a certain way that you look at people, or that maybe it could be gestures, facial expressions. There's a lot of different things that you can absolutely flirt, and I'm not promoting it, especially if you're in a relationship. I'm just saying this is what happens. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next one, which is, should you be able to show emotions? I mean, do you think for a man that it's okay to show emotion? And your sensitive side.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but yeah, I do. When I was younger, I never really showed my sensitive side. Now that I've gotten older, I do think you should be able to show your sensitive side. Cause I was just young and wild, I didn't have it in me to be sensitive to a lady. Now I'm more calmer and more wiser, and I done did years in relationships, so I know ladies like that sensitive in a man, sensitive side of a man.
Yeah. I mean, people that are naturally emotional, they show like every single side of them. When they're happy, when they're sad, when they're excited, when they're disappointed. So naturally, those are emotions. So all of those things are going to come out at some point, and it depends on the situation, but I think that you should absolutely, you don't want to be um, with somebody, and I don't care who it is, if it's a mate or if it's a friend or family member or whatever, you don't, especially depending on the situation, you don't want to just sit there with a blank stare. You don't want to be looking like a statue, like you don't know what's going on, stiff as hell, can't move, can't talk. Nobody wants to be bothered with something like that. So you absolutely, I mean, for the people that have it, and I'm not telling the people that never smile to, force a smile. But I mean, it doesn't hurt. And I always have said, and I definitely believe that, if you smile, somebody will smile back at you. But you'll never know if you don't do it. So just attempt to do that. Attempt to do so. It's very, very simple, people. It's not that hard. I'm not an expert on what it is that we're talking about, but I know what does and does not work for me. So I'm just sharing a little bit of that with y'all. We just figured we'll give y'all a little bit of something,
And some people are shy, so you gotta be mindful to the people that are shy. And sometimes you gotta bring it out of them a little bit. It's all right, to be shy. Some people might be, have a little more in them than you think they have. They're just a little shy with it. You just gotta be, if you're the right type of person to bring it out of them.
Absolutely.
That works too.
Yeah, I believe that too. You definitely have. See, when you have somebody that y'all can play off of each other. Y'all go back and forth, you bounce back and stuff. You just keep like a ping pong ball. This one says something, this one says something, this one says something, this one laughs, this one jokes, this one, I mean whatever, but that's just the chemistry that you have with them. And you'll have a bond, and how you function with each other, how you function without each other. How you can deal with certain situations with each other and without each other. So all of that goes hand in hand, people. I'm just saying. Now, this is going to be the very last question, which is, what makes a person hard-hearted, where they just completely shut down, they don't want to be bothered, they're not talking, they're not doing any kind of communicating with you. Okay? So, what makes you, or have you ever been in a situation where you were just, you had a cold heart, just super hard-hearted, and was like, whatever, you didn't feel anything about anybody?
I wouldn't say I never felt anything about anybody, but I've been in situations where I felt cold-hearted, till I was just pushed to the limit, or I just didn't just feel that person no more. I couldn't get nothing through to them, so I felt me no need to say anything or do it, or react on the situation. So I just blank out, just don't say anything.
Yeah. I have absolutely been in situations like that. And I don't know, it's like when you know that you've done every single thing you can possibly do. Bless you. When you've done every single thing that you can possibly do, you said every single thing that you can possibly say, it's like you just, like, I give up, like you don't have it in you to try no more. You don't have the energy to do it no more. It's like, it's not even worth it. I mean, that's just the mentality. And, sometimes maybe you need a break from people or from whatever that situation is. And, not that you're always going to be hard-hearted or just not caring, period. But sometimes we just need, a little bit of space to think about, what is this? What was that really just happened here? I mean, you got to analyze some things sometimes and just make a decision on if you want to continue that situation, if you want to be bothered, if you do not, or whatever. So, but I don't think because a person was hard-hearted that they will always be hard-hearted. Sometimes it takes certain situations, or like you said, certain people to bring you to your sensitive side or to bring that side out of you. You know, I don't know.
Well, it's like this with me too. You might not, you might know what you might not know what that person been through, or you might just know only what he let you, or only what she let you know. You know what I'm saying? You might not know what that person have been through. Their trials and tribulations. What their family. Just people go through all types of stuff. Some people let you know so much. Some people don't only let you know what they want to let you know. And then you just never know what people go through.
Yeah.
Or what they've been through. And if you never been there, you can't really knock that person, because he might have been through worse stuff than you, or you might have been through worse stuff than him. You just gotta try to, like she said, be able to bring it out of him, or bring it out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that people, and just because a person has been hurt, y'all, that does not mean that you have to get there and stay there. So everybody that's been through a breakup, hard breakup, or whatever, from, like I said, a mate, friends, family, whatever, because you can break up from them as well. Just because you had a bad breakup, and eventually somebody else is going to come along. But don't shoot every single person down that attempts to have a conversation with you. You never know who that person may be or how that may work in your favor. But if you continue to shoot them down, then you don't know where it could go. And I know I'm not somebody that, I don't like to wonder about anything. I don't want to wonder 2-3 years down the line, what could have happened, or, that shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. I need to know right now. So wherever it is going or can go, I would like to know. I don't want to wonder, but I do like to know. So just like they say, experience is the absolute best teacher. You can't learn anything if you haven't had any experiences. You can listen to what another person is saying all day long, but that's their experience. It's not yours. No two experiences are the same. Okay? So, with all that being said, y'all, we are going to end this vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us. We may have been ranting just a little bit, but this is how we feel, and this is our take on it. So, at the end of the day, we are going to say goodbye for now. Bye, beautiful you.
Push that.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you push that blue button, push the blue button, y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And so you are privy to every single video that we upload, y'all. Make sure you hit that bell so it can ring, ding, dong. Yeah. Ring, ding, 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 dong. Okay, y'all. Bye, beautiful you.
Bye. Kid, you can't forget to leave that out.